Right, this is the match reaction for NUFC 360. It is Newcastle United 1, Barcelona 1 in the Champions League, round of 16, and it's hard to feel even remotely negative after that performance. I thought, in terms of how the lads performed for 90 minutes, it was up there with one of the best Eddie Howe performances since he became our manager. I think the aggression was spot on. I think the amount of absolutely top draw individual performances was also up there. There wasn't a load of clear-cut chances, but there was plenty of actual opportunities to score. And there was more than enough in the game for me to believe that we can go there next week to the Camp Nou and at least acquit ourselves properly and not be embarrassed. I think we actually go there with a really, really good chance of progressing if we play like that. Because Barcelona aren't going to change. They're going to play exactly the same way. Yes, they're at home. Yes, their home form's absolutely brilliant. But they will play in exactly the same style that they played at St James's Park. Now, if we can play in the same way as well, then we will cause them all sorts of problems. Now, I thought that the goal was brilliant, really, really well worked. A lovely cross by Murphy, and Barnes, it makes contact with the shot. In the end, Johan Garcia in goal for Barca probably should do a little bit better, but it didn't matter. I thought that that was going to be the winning goal. In the end, unfortunately, it wasn't, because what happened was we could waste a penalty, and it was a penalty. Ultimately, I thought that the referee was absolutely dreadful. To be fair, I think that Lamine Yamal should not be playing next week. He should have got his yellow card that would have seen him suspended because he body checked Lewis Hall. And Fermin Lopez also with a pullback as well. That's also a blatant yellow card. Meanwhile, Tonali get booked for absolutely nothing. So, thought the referee was poor. There was a few decisions by the assistant referees that were poor as well, where they would give offside when we weren't offside. If Alanga had scored when he got through by Ramsey, then it would have been initially ruled out, and then they would have checked and been, oh, he's actually miles onside. So ultimately, I thought that that was poor, but I thought the overall effort, the attitude from everyone was spot on. The atmosphere was brilliant, and we will touch on an individual performance, especially because Lewis Hall was incredible. He locked down Lamine Yamal, who's one of the best players in the world. He limited him to absolutely nothing. He couldn't get past him on the outside. He couldn't get past him on the inside. In the end, most of the time, Yamal just ended up fouling Lewis Hall because he was actually getting frustrated and he couldn't actually do anything against him. And then going forward, Hall was immense as well. Wriggling through challenges, slipping balls down the line, playing people in behind, crossing the ball beautifully. This guy is England's left back. There is not even a question about it. And Newcastle, from Newcastle's point of view, get a new contract signed. Just get a new contract signed. I don't care. Ross Wilson needs to do this. It needs to be all out. Get a new deal on the table and get that contract signed. Lewis Hall should be one of Newcastle's top earners. There is no question about it. He is elite. I thought Jacob Ramsey was absolutely sensational as well. Growing into that shirt in midfield. He was excellent on the ball. He was excellent off the ball. He found great positions. He dribbled well. I don't think he lost possession in the first half, to be brutally honest. I thought he kept it under intense pressure all of the time against a midfield of Pedri for Barcelona. He got hooked in the end, actually, Pedri, just because of how well Newcastle's midfield was playing. And look, we go into the game on Saturday against Chelsea, where I'm not even remotely bothered about it, because I feel like this is a massive opportunity to get through in the Champions League. I'm seeing it. I saw enough tonight to suggest that we can do it. Let's just go out there and give it everything. Give the fans who are travelling over a potential moment they'll never forget. And also not even just the fans who are going over, just any Newcastle fans watching it anywhere around the world, a chance to remember a Champions League night where we beat Barcelona and we get through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. That is what it's all about. And you've got to go there feeling confident, because although it was an absolutely wounder of an equaliser at the end of the game, it's essentially 0-0 now. The game is essentially 0-0. We can play in the same way. I think at 1-0 maybe we would have sat back a little bit more. Let's not do that. Let's be exactly the same. Let's be in their faces. Let's be aggressive. And let's also make sure that every single player is at the top of their game, because they were, and we did not deserve to not win that game. But we didn't, and we now got to move ahead to the second leg knowing that it's all absolutely out in the open. And I think that's all we actually wanted from this match. I think we wanted to go into the second leg knowing that it's not all over, and we do still have an opportunity to make it through to the next round of the Champions League and potentially create one of the most special evenings in Newcastle history. Well done, the lads.